can't hold them down forever, so we'll see what develops in the second half.
Well, the Cougars only have to hold them down for 24 more minutes, so the onus is on the Big Reds here to get a good start, as they will receive the ball in the second half. Henderson set to kick the ball to the Big Reds. Back again for the Big Reds. Lemazny and Bauer. Henderson's kick is deep, taken by Bauer at the 3-yard line, straight up the middle. Big Reds block, he slips outside, turns the ball outside the 30, just about the 33-yard line, and he's tackled in front of the Cougar sideline over there, and the Big Reds will start 1st and 10.
Adam DiBartolomeo did a nice job of staying in his lane on that kick and forcing it back inside, making the stop. But it's pretty good field position here for the Big Reds on their opening drive as they look to dent that 21-point deficit.
Well, Chippewa Valley will be brought out by senior quarterback Jim DeLiz. Great competitor, and I know he'll up the level of play of the Big Reds here in the second half as their leader. Cleveland in the slot, Hachigian wide left. Big Reds fake. DeLiz carries it around the left side, and he's got a little running room up and beyond the 40, the 45, 50, and down to the 43-yard line of the Cougars. Jim DeLiz carries the ball. A gain of 25 yards on the play. 1st and 10 for the Big Reds at the 43-yard line, 44-yard line of the Cougars.
Well, just what Chippewa needed coming out of the locker room. A big play, perhaps their biggest play of the game on offense. Great downfield blocking by Vinny Hachigian, number 22. And that offensive line is digging at it.
1st and 10, Big Reds. Again, DeLiz, the general of the Big Reds, hands off to Lemazny. Lemazny gets a little seam, gets another 5 yards on the play. Ball appears to maybe have come out. Cougars think they have it, but the officials indicate the ball is dead. It's a 2nd down for the Big Reds. Well, Big Reds get a little break there. If it had come out and the Cougars got it after the first great play, Big Reds would have been taking a little edge off there, that excitement of getting a great start. But now they'll take 2nd down and 5 from their 39-yard line. DeLiz over center. Lone running back, Lemazny, who's been quiet so far, just some 4- or 5-yard runs. Handoff, inside, counter to Pfefferman, slips outside. He's got good running room, and he runs out of bounds for another Big Red 1st down at about the 31-yard line. Brought down by Harold Harrington, forces him out.
Well, Harold's calling for face mask there. Brett Pfefferman let him know about it there with a great stiff arm and run out of bounds there. But the Big Red offense, as we both talked about really throughout their first half, can explode in any minute, and they've definitely got momentum coming out of the locker room.
DeLiz brings the Big Reds up on 1st and 10. Once again, Lemazny, the lone running back, barks the signals, hands off to Lemazny, running wide right, getting outside, but the defense stretches it out, and after a short gain, Chris is knocked out at about the 28-yard line.
Well, I echo those thoughts there, Kevin. Mateo LaPiccolo, number 7, who had 7 tackles in the first half, and his mates did a great job of stringing that run out all the way to the sideline, using that sideline as the 12th defender, as you so often hear, and only about a 3-yard gain on that one, 2nd and 7.
Well, Lemazny, the running back the Big Reds have gone to in the second half of the season. Slow start today. Line needs to do a better job. DeLiz, quarterback draw right up the middle, and he makes, I totally missed it. Jim DeLiz is down at the 15-yard line, and I had thought he'd been tackled at about a 2-yard gain.
Well, then, if you're defensive staff for Dakota, you've got to be very upset with that play. Jim just took the snap range straight ahead behind those big guards and centers, or the guards in the center, and picked up big yardage and sets up 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. And now the Big Red defense, who's been tested all night, it'll be up to the Dakota defense to rise to the challenge.
1st and 10 for DeLiz and the Big Reds. Lemazny, the running back. DeLiz hands to Lemazny, left side, running room, inside the 10, down to about the 7. Big Reds have come out and been able to establish the running game that we've seen all year, which was not evident in the first half, and they've knocking on the door right now at the Cougar 8-yard line.
Well, this is the Chippewa team that we saw in the first meeting between these two ball clubs, as they are just playing some power football here and running the ball effectively down the field. Now it's 2nd and 3 from inside the 10. DeLiz
on 2nd and 3. Lemazny behind him. Hands to Lemazny. Lomasny, who's inside the 5 and will score. Big Reds get on the board. Their first possession of the third quarter with 9:30 left to go in the third quarter. Make the score 21-6. Extra point upcoming.
What an impressive drive there by Chippewa Valley. Just smash-mouthing it right down the field. Got good field position from their 33 and went 67 yards on an impressive opening drive. It only took 2.5 minutes. And Frontera now lines up for the extra point.
Bobby Frontera, great job kicking all year long. Down, hold by Bauer. Kick is good. Score is now 21-7 in favor of the Dakota Cougars. Well, Kevin, sometimes you've heard people say, I'd like to be a fly on the locker room wall at halftime. And right now, it's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, but I would have liked to heard what went on in the Chippewa Valley locker room at halftime, because that is not the same team we saw in the first half.
Well, it'll be interesting to check and see if there's any paint on those walls. Definitely a fire lit under that offense as they just looked dominant there on that opening drive. Took the ball and marched swiftly down the field for 7 points. And that cuts the lead to 21-7. So the Dakota side, which has had much of the cheering action during this ball game, a little bit quiet now as Chippewa Valley comes out and scores the first touchdown in the second half. The Cougars will have to try and answer.
Well, that's the challenge now for the Big Reds, as the Cougars have had their way on offense in the first half, moved the ball effectively throughout the first half. I think only really were stopped twice on drives where they didn't move the ball at all. And if the Cougar offense can still move the ball, then the Big Reds still have a long night cut out for them here. So the challenge falls on the matchup now is the Big Red defense against the very effective first half Cougar offense.
Well, Frontera will tee it up now on the 40. It's Fox, Kalashevsky, DeBartolomeo back deep. Short pooch kick. And it'll go out of bounds. Rolled out of bounds at the 12, and that'll draw a flag. Perhaps trying to go to the sidelines there and disrupt the starburst return that the Cougars like to run. And it looks like Dakota will just say, okay, fine, we'll take the ball on the 35 and go to work. So Cougars will take over.
Definite signal of respect there by the Big Reds, not wanting to kick the ball deep. You know, I would have probably liked to see Bobby try to put it in the end zone and start at the 20-yard line, but a sign of respect for the return that the Cougars have had this year, and they'll take over at the 35-yard line.
Well, first and 10 now from the DHS 35, and the CV fans making some noise. Dave Reeling in short motion. Here's the long handoff to Sasson. Sasson got maybe a yard on the play. Thompson came up to make the hit. Hauser in on the stop. We've called his name a lot. It'll bring up second down and 9.
Well, Big Reds look like a different team right now in the second half. Had some decent defensive plays, but a lot of big gains by the Cougars this time. They strung that run out to the sideline, and a host of Big Reds were there to stop Sasson from positive yardage.
Now Cougars now will set up from the near hash with 3 wideouts. Sam Anderson by himself out wide to the left, locked up one-on-one with Thompson. Now Castle will drop into coverage. Wojciechowski turns and gives to Sasson, and Paul goes nowhere. Swarmed under right at the line of scrimmage. Matway was there along with Lomasny, 2 players that go play both sides of the ball, and they made a big play there on Sasson. Brings up third down and 10. Loss of 1 on the play.
Well, you see the respect the Big Reds have for Sam Anderson as they ran out and almost put a little double coverage on Sam. So that means you're playing 10 against 9. And advantage there might be to the Cougars, but the Big Reds can't afford for Sam to hurt him again. He's come up big in the first half against them.
Well, third down and 10 from just outside the Cougar 35. 3 wideouts, split backs. Wojciechowski fakes the handoff, steps up, now he's in trouble, slips, and fumbles. The ball's loose. Tim Parslow recovered it at the 24. But the defense for the Big Reds comes out and dominates the first Cougar offensive possession, pushing the Dakota offense backwards 11 yards, and now Tim Parslow will be forced to kick it away. Now you talk about momentum, and it is clear which side it is on right now. Thompson and Bauer back deep to receive the punt from Tim Parslow, number 33, the senior. Good snap. Gets away a pretty good kick, held up by the wind. Thompson fields at the 38. He's got a seam. He's got a block on the outside there. And he's run out of bounds at the 50. Good block on the outside by Eric Skiba, number 11, but we've got a flag on the play. Skiba comes up a little bit lame.
Well, you know, I have a question, Kevin. I am wondering if these two teams might have changed uniforms at halftime because they are mirror images of themselves or opposite images of themselves so far here in the second half. Cougars dominant in the first half, very impressive. Big Reds appeared to be lackluster, didn't get anything done on offense and not much on defense. And in this half so far, the Big Reds are playing with passion, and the Cougars are the team that appears to be on their heels a little bit. But the Big Reds take over now, 1st and 10, and we'll see if they can keep the momentum that they've earned at this point or gained in the second half. With Lamazney to the running back, DeLiz over center, takes a snap, hands to Lamazney, running right, gets a little seam, gains about 5-6 yards on the play. Big Reds getting a little bit bigger chunks than they did in the first half. 3 or 4 the first half. This one, Chris gets almost 6.
Chris has had a lot more room to run in here in this second half. He's had an opportunity to get into some open space and make some moves in the open field. Danelli did a nice job to make that stop, but not after a gain of 6.
Second down 4 for the Big Reds from their 41-yard line. Cleveland wide right, Bauer wide left, Hauser in the slot. Again, Lamazney left-hand side. Short gain on the play, will be short of the first down by a yard or 2. Cougars do a nice job of closing quick and preventing a first down for the Big Reds.
Well, you can hear the crowd noise by the Chippewa Valley fans. The camera probably shaking a little bit. They are making some noise back into this one. This is a huge play for both units right now on 3rd and 1. Big for the Dakota defense here to make a stop and stop this momentum. This could be a pivotal play here in this 3rd quarter with 6 minutes to go.
Jim DeLiz, the quarterback, over center on 3rd and 1 from the 44-yard line. Quarterback sneak and gains about 3-4 yards on the play. Jimmy hasn't been stopped all year on that sneak. He's a big, strong kid at about 6 foot, probably almost 195. Went off the left-hand side of his center for a first down for the Big Reds as they approach midfield at their own 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Chippewa Valley. Pfefferman in, Hachigian and Hauser out. 1st and 10 for the Big Reds. Hauser, or up back, Pfefferman, right-hand side. Tailback, Lamazney. DeLiz, the quarterback. DeLiz, handoff on a counter to Pfefferman. And he's tripped up after a very little gain, maybe about 1 yard on the play.
A good play there by sophomore Joel Fentner, number 95, knifing into the backfield to disrupt that play. And trying to slow with the sound effects from the crowd, which sounds like a Chippewa Valley runaway locomotive here in the second half. 2nd down and 9 from their own 43-yard line. Excuse me, 48-yard line.
Cougar crowd now crying for some defense on their side, and Big Red chance as well. DeLiz, the quarterback, fakes the handoff, takes it around the right-hand side, is hit, and picks up a couple more yards, but will bring up a big 3rd and 5 for the Big Reds at the 48 or 49-yard line, Kevin.
Well, Brent Pfefferman comes off the field holding that left arm in sort of an awkward position. I hope he's okay. He's doubled over on the sidelines. He's a tough kid, though. I'm sure if there's any way possible, he'll be back in this game. 4:30 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Big Reds facing 3rd and 6 from the Cougar 49.
Well, Brett has dislocated his elbow this year, dislocated last week a knuckle, and he's still playing out there. DeLiz on 3rd and 5. Big play, fakes the handoff, rolls left, looks over the middle. Bauer makes the catch at the 35-yard line. Gets a block, but it's a penalty on the play, and the Big Reds will be penalized for a block in the back by number 5, Greg Cleveland. Nice throw by DeLiz to Bauer, who had open running room, but a tackler near him, and penalty may take away a first down for the Big Reds.